Thank you so much, Fran. Hold your questions to the end of the session. Miguel Luaces is our next speaker from Base de Datos Lab at the University of A Coruña in the northwest of Spain, and he will be telling us a little bit about new functionalities in GIS. Thank you for your kind introduction. I'll try not to shout too much so that you can all take a nap. This is my presentation. Background and motivation, the architecture of our software, municipal or local management, ISI management, and then we'll draw some conclusions and talk a little bit about the future. In case you don't know, the infrastructure survey is a must, is compulsory for all local administrations. It requires collecting information, and this information is key to allocate the different funds. So in A Coruña, we're going to deal with a space comprised of 94 municipalities, 4,175 nuclei, and it covers 7,964 square kilometers. The type of scope would be 6 phases from 2000 to 2012, and this regards complexity, we have 150 layers of information, 20 point type, 10 line type, 30 surface type, 60 point surface type, and so on. It's a lot of data. So the University of A Coruña has decided to use the classic structure, a database including 3 other databases. Number 1, the survey. Number 2, the record. Number 3, metadata. On that, we have a node with the WMS, WFS, CSW, and the nomenclature. This would be the IDAC node, and from this we have the portal on one side and the gisEIEL on the other. This started in 2001 using proprietary software. Hard times, I must admit, because we developed using Visual Basics. So this is what I learned in school, and we could not play around with the code. We couldn't adapt the code. Each time we wanted to change something in the code, we had to contact the US, and we realized that instead of spending money in licenses, it would be better to pay universities and companies that could develop this software. So the gvSIG was developed. It's open source, used PostgreSQL, and we developed as a gvSIG as a fork. So we changed the code. Certain functionalities required changing the code, and we did that in an abrupt way, to say the least. We realized that there is no municipal management functionality in this gisEIEL. So it doesn't help with day-to-day activities. And there is no distributed management functionality. The database management relied on the town councils, and it was very difficult to work around that. So gisEIEL 3 was born based on gvSIG 2.0. We started developing this in 2009. They told us that gvSIG, they said gvSIG was about to be published. I think almost 4 years have gone by, and it's still not out in the it's still not out there. But anyway, we decided to use some shortcuts. We had more information on the status bar. We delivered layers and predefined styles and maps, and we already give the users predefined layers and so on, so it's much easier for the end user. There is the possibility to make queries. We have lists of features, personalized forms. It's easy to work around maps and forms and go back and forth between maps and forms. We have templates to print maps, and we have cartographic series, and we can generate PDFs and SVGs. SVG is important for maps to have the quality of a vectorial. As for user management, we have user authentication, we assign roles. We keep a record since the last version. As information is modified, instead of having snapshots, versions, each time this is submitted to the ministry, the information, the changes are recorded. We have version management, meaning municipalities can perform changes and submit the request of functionality modification to the city council. As for connectivity networks, you have network representation, you have thematic ad hoc maps. Sometimes users have a set of data and they don't want to create a chart in the database, enter all the information, and then do all that's needed for the map. They just want to be able to almost get a map with one click. It generates report, a summary of municipal information. The survey I mentioned is no longer submitted on paper, so no hard copies. As for submitting data to the ministry, there are derived data calculations. We can select and run validations. We can generate data packages. We have new addition tools. We digitize with the type of data of OGC. We can pause and resume digitization. It allows for cutting elements, redigitizing elements. because some thought this was especially useful. And now we're working on municipal management and tools, because the municipality of A Coruña wishes to produce this for everyone to take advantage of it, and it wishes to disseminate information of the EIEL database, and some pilot installations are being implemented, and some workshops are being organized to train people in the use of these tools and functionalities. And there are several functionalities that are really, really useful, like recording the data, printing personalized reports, managing the street plan of different locations, integrating this with software management using ALSIGM. So the town council is implementing these tools in many municipalities. They want to have specific data. They want to use it with also information, geographic information. I'm not going to go into the details of the data record. So we have a user, and the user has the possibility of updating the record, and everything is saved. It's like an ongoing backup copy. Then the administrator uses gisEIEL 3.0. With this, we can create a viewing package with all the data, and this is interesting because it allows you to save or discard certain functionalities.
We have different functions to generate new custom report. We can select the source for data. It might be a table or the fusion of different tables or any other sort. We also define the filter if we don't want all the rows in a result. We define the number of columns that we want to show, the value for predefined fields, like for example the logo, the type, and etc., and the format of the result, and we generate that report for the user. We can do it with every tables. It's a very simple table, with a complex table, with a combination of table. We can use external templates instead of the one that we provide with the system, or we can also design that templates for them according to their needs, and we can also store those predefined reports for further users. We have also included the management of IDEs, of the ISIs. So we are defining layers and maps that we are going to be visualizing in the ISI node. So we can select the data sources, knowing exactly from which table we are importing the data. We can define the form that we are going to see when we click on that element on the map. the properties for edition, that is to say, if we can edit those elements and how we can edit them, the visualization properties, the view property, what is the look that we are going to give to that report, and which report will be edited, and what will be its aspect. We are also defining maps, not only layers, so we will also define the maps with a combination of layers that I've just defined. We can also generate new tables for the web or new data domains, and we can also share those domains. We can share the maps that users and web users also using. So we combine both kinds of maps. Once we have defined all those styles, all those maps, all those layers, well, we just have to publish. We click on publish, and that information is exported to the Geo server or to an ISI node. So we, instead of using the Geo server, we hope that we will be able to publish it on another node. Conclusions. After 4 years, I'm quite proud of the work that has been done. And it has been hard. We've been working a lot on the gvSIG. Now we have a pack of extension that can be installed without touching the gvSIG code. We can integrate those extensions without any problem in gvSIG with new function for the management of data and information. So it's not only a tool for the municipality of A Coruña, it's for the full region, and it's quite easy to use for the municipal management. We think it's a good tool for the corporate management of a city, of a region. It has all the information needed for the management of those data, and we are not only searching for the data, we are not only collecting them, but we are also managing the data now, which is very interesting. Pending task, well, we have to generalize our extensions. Some are very specific, and we would like to extend with their coverage. And we would like to integrate it as the official project of gvSIG. It's not yet the case. We want it to be integrated in gvSIG 2.0. Now we would like to do it for gvSIG 1.02 to make sure that it is an official project. We hope that we'll be able to do that for the coming year. I would like to thank all the people that have been working on that survey. Obviously, people from A Coruña, from my city, they have been betting on the creation of this system from the year 2000, 12 years ago already. He had a clear vision of what had to be done. I would also like to thank those that have been working in the universities, the developers, the institutions that are adopting this software. Well, you see here what the different institutions that are bringing new needs and new extensions, new function, and also the teams that have been collecting data. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to produce that very interesting project. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Miguel. ¿Alguna pregunta?
Question to Miguel. Thank you very much, by the way. Well, I would ask you the capacity of migration of this extension if we want to adapt it to the needs of other regions. Well, it's a full capacity. It's very easy to adapt it because the survey model is the same across Spain, so we can use it in any Spanish province. And for the municipal management, Well, it's not exactly the same, but it looks very much the same in the majority of the cities. There are lots of common elements, so I'm sure that, well, almost 100% can be exported to other cities like Cordoba, Orense. It's not only for A Coruña, and it seems it's working very well with those other cities too. So if we don't have any more questions, then we are going to listen to the next presentation. It will be done by Gonzalo Martinez, representing eCarto. He will be talking about solution for the management of road using the gvSIG ecosystem.